Destination is on your right, Churchill Downs.
Here we are, Churchill Downs on another Shirley Bucket Excursion. My sister Shirley, Chuck and Donna Kimball. We walked all the way around, halfway around the track practically, to get to the museum.
In the late 90s, it became the new Louisville Jockey Club. And then in 1902, they actually brought in a new general manager by the name of Matt Wynn. Donerail left the starting gate at 91-1 odds. Secretary was the fastest. 1 minute 59. The horses will actually come out from the track area, come into the paddock area. They'll get their tattoos checked. They each have a tattoo identifier on their upper lip. The track itself is actually 75% sand, 3% silt, and 2% clay. So it's actually more of a loamy sand than anything. Twin spires, the slate roof, and all these grandstands, these are original to the 1895 construction.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Go ahead and tell how long you've wanted to come here.
I've wanted to come here for approximately 25 years.
Why did you want to come here?
It's so close and it's so beautiful, and the horses, it's just, I wanted to come and see it. I just never had anybody before to want to come with me.
Okay, well here we are.
So I got my crew now.
Okay. We have Donna getting some burgoo, or as we found the other name for it is roadkill. After the trip to the buffet, we have 4 plates full and a flight of bourbon. A good start to Churchill Downs.
Way to go.
Churchill Downs in the Kentucky Derby were founded 143 years ago by a guy named Colonel Meriwether Lewis Clark Jr. He had a very famous grandfather, William Clark, of the Lewis and Clark expeditions. Wherever you see a set of stairs on the end of a barn indicates that there are rooms there that are being used for housing as apartments. They're not very fancy establishments, but the people that live on the backside of the racetrack get to live here for free. Watch your head and hooves getting out of the van.
All right, guys.
What are we doing? Take her out, take her out. Take this.
And so they're going to load it up in here. So you'll notice there's a man that's going to get up in that gate with each of these horses. Those are the bravest guys on this racetrack. They're in a steel cage with 2 feet by 4 feet, 1,000-pound animal that is not really good. Oh yeah, this is the same track. This is the track where we run the Kentucky Derby. Stuck in there. Right, because this is a short race. They do. You know you have an Andrew's job when it is in this quality ship. It's fine.
Yeah, well, yeah. Great place to watch it. Great. Best place to watch it. Oh yeah, this is a cool view.
All the way around.
So he was ready because he did
on that side of the thing.
They couldn't give him. Yeah.
Any other race in the North America besides the Kentucky Derby, 14 is the maximum number of horses that can go in there. The Kentucky Derby is, we like to say, there's the Derby and then there's the rest of life. There's 20 horses in the Kentucky Derby. To get your horse into the Kentucky Derby, you have to meet some requirements. First of all, it has to be a thoroughbred. It's the only breed of horse that we run in the Derby. Second, it has to be a 3-year-old. We give all horses the same birthday, regardless of when they actually are born. Run all these races, and then we'll look and see who the top 20 point earners are. Those will be the horses that get into the Kentucky Derby. At that point, the horses' owners will finish paying the entry fee. The entry fee for the Derby is $50,000. That's a lot of money for an entry fee for a race. But if you have enough points to get into the Kentucky Derby, you've been very successful on the racetrack. This guy's name's Goatstown, right here. Goat? Yep, Goatstown. He is, what is he? He's 4.
And how did you know?
I know what barn he came out of.
Okay.
I know who his trainer is, and I know he came from right over there. So I'm looking at the program. His trainer is Wayne Lucas.
Okay.
Wayne's already on the other side.
What's the track?
The track condition today is fast. A day like today, we will drop 100,000 gallons of water on this racetrack to maintain the right consistency and the right composition. And that's the way Colonel Clark built it in 1875. He was one smart cat himself. Yeah. And he built it with many different layers, or we call them looms, of sand, silt, and clay. So that helps us have a superior draining racetrack. Because it could come a huge deluge in the morning, and then by 4 o'clock this afternoon, we'll have a fire fast track. So the 8 is the favorite. We'll see where he is. He is
4 in lead, 3 in lead, 5, 6, 8 in front of this 7.
We raced the last Saturday in April until the end of June, and yesterday was our first day of our September meet. And we will race until the end of September. Another racetrack takes over in October, and then we race here again in November, and then other racetracks take the rest of the year.
This guy's standing on the track.
To keep your horse in training for a year, to keep your horse out here going to the races, it's going to cost you about $40,000. That's how much it is to have a racehorse. People like to ask me what horses cost. Our most expensive Kentucky Derby winner ever purchased at auction was a horse named Fusaichi Pegasus, and he won the Kentucky Derby in 2000. He cost his owners $4 million. They bought him as a yearling. The least expensive Kentucky Derby winner ever purchased at auction was a little horse named Canonero II, and he only cost his owners $1,200. And he had a deformed foot, but he had lots of heart, and he was really, really fast. And he won the Kentucky Derby in 1971. It's like a birthday. We have one every year. We'd never let anything stop us. Not a World War, a Depression, a Prohibition, anything.
Here we are at gate 17 at Churchill Downs. Shirley's about ready to bet the trifecta.
Love all my money.
There we go.
Inside of the barrels is charred, creating a caramelized layer of wood that covers the flavors and marks the inward color of bourbon. The spirit must be aged at
Your day at Churchill Downs has come to an end. What do you think?
I think it was wonderful.
Did it live up to your expectations?
Yeah. I think in the springtime the flowers would be more radiant, but they're beautiful here right now.
So what was your favorite part?
Betting on the horses.